Today I'll be going over the most slept on top prospect of the draft. Today I'm going to be going over why Mohamed Bamba is actually one of the best players in this draft and why he's overlooked kind of. As like if you look somebody like DeAndre Ayton, he has tons of stuff. You look up a Don Hitch, you look up a Bagley, or even a Trey Young, who's not even going to go as high as Bamba. They all have lots more stuff on why they should be taken high and why they're going to be such great players in the league than somebody like a Mo Bamba. Let me just go over his stats right now. He had 17.8 points per game, 14.5 rebounds, 5 blocks. He's 74% at the rim shooting. He has a 60% true shooting percentage, which is insane. He's 7'1" tall, which is taller than a lot of the centers right now in the league. Like 2 inches taller than Boogie, about an inch taller than Hassan Whiteside, and like he's also around the same weight as Hassan Whiteside at 226 pounds. And the big physical attribute of his is his 7'10" wingspan, of course, which really helps him get a lot of blocks and makes him a very good defensive player. So now I'm going to get into my player comparison for him. He's like, physically, he's like a Hassan Whiteside, Rudy Gobert type player. He's taller than Whiteside by about an inch, but he's also shorter than Gobert by an inch. He has a longer wingspan than both of them, and he's also more athletic than both of them, like faster than both of them. Skill-wise, my comparison for him, I'd have to do Joel Embiid if I have to do one player. But if I could do any amount of players, it's like a little bit of Gobert, a little bit of Mutombo, a bit of Drummond, and a bit of Embiid. Gets you what Mo Bamba is. He's smart on defense, and he can fix almost any mistake that other players on defense make. And he can also play defense on guards that not many bigs in today's league can do, which makes him such a good player because it just eliminates the pick and roll for the other team. Because usually what the pick and roll does is gets the guard on the big, and then the guard can just get right past the big. But now that doesn't even work. And also he can just steal the ball from the guard easily, so it doesn't let him pass it. And then now I'm going to get into his skills. He has great length and agility. Of course, I've already gone over his 7'10" wingspan, and he like runs like a deer. He's so fast, especially for a player that's 7'1". He's going to be one of the faster bigs in the league, which is what the NBA is going towards, faster bigs. He has great defensive versatility, which I've already gone against on how he can play against guards. He has great rebounding potential with his height and his wingspan. Almost nobody's going to be able to get the ball over him. And he has an offensive upside with, of course, his speed, his jumping ability, and his shot that he's been working on, which is just really going to help him. But yeah, and also he's one of the most physically intriguing players in the draft, because he's very athletic, he is very tall. It's like you took a 2K player and just made him whatever you want him to make. That's basically Mo Bamba. Now, he does have a downside, though. And his downside, I'd say, his offensive toughness. Like, he has a lack of physicality. He does what he wants to do in offense, like stands around the perimeter, takes threes, which can be a threat, which can be something bad for him. But now that he's developing his shot, that's really going to not necessarily be a downside, just make him not necessarily as big of a threat inside the thing. His defensive motor, as he's not always like 100% in the game on defense, and is polished offensively with him trying to use his handles and show off his handles when it's usually below average, and he's not necessarily the greatest offensive player right now. But when you wrap it all up, he's just such a great player, and probably the reason I did all this research on him and looked up all this stuff to make a video on him is because the Celtics wanted him, and there's been almost no time the Celtics have made a bad decision in the draft. Like last year, they took Tatum, and it's not like they took him number one. And when they had that pick, they traded back, got other stuff, and still took probably the best person in this draft. They've made other great decisions like Terry Rozier. They got Terry Rozier, and they got Jaylen Brown. But even before they wanted to get Kawhi with Jaylen Brown and Terry Rozier in their picks, they wanted to get Mo Bamba, and that's why I made this video.